welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm sitting in my van because it's too loud and noisy in my house right now to do my videos, and I would go in my room and do my videos normally, but my 1-year-old now is asleep. Logan turned 1 on the 4th, Dakota turned 4 on the 5th, excuse me, and so yeah. That's why I have not posted a video yet this year. This will be officially my first video of the year. Well, of the brand new year, should I say. But I wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to try to post as many videos as I can this year. This year is going to be a brand new year for me. Starting off brand new. Not worried about people hating, because I've looked on a lot of the people that I normally watch on a daily basis on YouTube, and they have a lot of hate too. They just ignore it. And I actually messaged one family that I actually watch, and they, her kids is about the same age as my kids, and she's got 4. She's young and she's married. And so she just told me to stay positive and not let the negative things get to me. So, and I've gotten tons of messages that says, don't let negative people get to me. People are going to be negative no matter what you do. And quitting is not the answer, because that's what they want you to do. They want you to fail. They want you to quit. And I'm not a quitter. I'm not a quitter. This year is my year. So the reason why I'm sitting in my van, which I already told you, kids are being obnoxious. My husband is watching anime. My brother's playing the video game right now, so it's just way too noisy. Do not mind the roof of my van. I know a lot of people just say a lot of shit about my roof of my van. But we bought this van from someone because we actually think, what year did I get this van? 2016. April of 2016, we were living in Texas. We had just had my son, my firstborn son, in January. And when we got our income taxes that year, we had bought a Ford Focus, and we were paying payments on it every month. Well, we had a flood out in Houston, Texas, where we were living at. And it just so happens that a flood took our brand new car. So we needed a vehicle. Where my husband worked at the time, they had a vehicle that a lady was selling, and for $600, it needed a lot of work to do on it. So Brandon paid the $600 to the lady. We bought this van. It had a majority of this stuff was already done to it. This stuff right here that y'all are seeing that's dirty, that is from the previous people that had this vehicle. And yes, it is stapled to the roof. My husband had to staple it to the roof because it was hanging down, and it was just a hot mess. So instead of redoing it, because we just didn't have the time and money, nor do we have the time and money now to do it. So yeah, we just stapled it to the roof because we've got 4 kids now, and it's a hassle to sit here and have to fucking fix this shit, and it just get messed up all over again when our kids are just going to tear it down. So, why fix it? We're going to get a brand new vehicle with this tax season anyway, so I'm not fussing about this thing. So, I put a bunch of questions on Instagram for you guys to ask me to do this video based off of these questions. I'm going to answer all the questions that I got. I checked it. The last time I checked, it was right before it went off. So if anybody put any last minute questions in that did not get answered today, DM me on Instagram what your question is, and I'll make another video of that question and answer it. But I'm going to try to answer as many of these questions as I can within about 15 minutes. We're already at 4:35. So I've got to do my thumbnail, because I forgot to do that. And I'll get into these questions. I'm not doing a mukbang or anything with these questions. These are just going to be questions that I'm answering without eating or anything like that. So let's create our thumbnail. I'm don't even know. Oh, God. I'm so happy today. A lot of things have happened today. Okay. Got a few poses in there. So, let's see. Let's get to the first question. Alright, so first question that I got on here that I've got a few, I just took screenshots of them and then sent them to my iPad so that I can answer the questions. So the number one question I got was, how much money do I make on YouTube? Right now I make none. I make zero, zilch, nothing. I don't work. I'm a stay-at-home mother of 4 kids, so I don't make any money off of YouTube yet. You have to have 1,000 subscribers and you have to have 4,000 watch minutes by a certain amount of months of you opening up your YouTube account. So I've had mine a few months. I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers, but have not reached there yet. If you don't get to the amount of subscribers and watch minute times by a certain amount of months, they disable your account to where you cannot get paid. So no, I do not get paid through YouTube at all right now. I want to make this a career path for me maybe, but right now it's just is what it is at the moment, and I'm not in no rush to rush things. It will happen when it happens. Another question is, do you do New Year's resolution, and if so, what is yours? Yes, I do New Year's resolutions, and one of mine is to lose a lot of the weight that I've gained since doing mukbangs with Justin. When I had children, I knew that I was going to gain a little bit of weight, not a problem. Well, when my son was born in January, I weighed, after my postpartum and all that stuff was done, I weighed 210, and I weighed 210 up until I met Justin. And then now I've gained over 15 pounds. It doesn't look like it, but I have, and it sucks. So I want to lose at least the 15 pounds that I know that I gained, plus more. Actually, my goal weight is to lose at least 50. I want to lose at least 50. And if, I can lose that, then I'll make my next goal for myself. And me and Justin went and got a gym membership. So we've got that going for us right now. Next question. What do you do in your spare time? When I have any spare time, I usually sit down and watch Grey's Anatomy on Netflix. I have gotten so addicted to Grey's Anatomy that I can't stop watching it. It is so good, and if you're into watching doctor shows, I highly recommend you go watch Grey's Anatomy on Netflix. I don't have very much spare time. Usually it's when the kids are asleep or when the kids are playing. So not very often do I have spare time, but I always try to make time to watch at least a couple episodes a day. Another question is, where is the furthest you have traveled or visited? I haven't visited anything really that far. Now, I have lived in Texas for 3 years. That's been the furthest from Georgia as I have been to. Now, I have been to Florida, and I have been to, close places to the state of Georgia. But I think Texas would be the furthest that I have been, far as living, traveled, anything like that. Next question. Favorite thing to do on a Sunday? Either go to church, and if I don't usually feel like going to church, then usually like to sit around the house and let the kids kind of do whatever they want, and me watch some Grey's Anatomy. Another question is, what are some tips with becoming a mother? Well, first tip I would give you is don't have them so close together. A lot of people say that's a good thing, but sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. However, I thought it was going to be a good thing because my daughter Riley and my son Logan are pretty close together. and it has its perks, but it's kind of hell at the same time, because Logan, when he was born at 36 weeks, and he was born with being born prematurely. He had acid reflux really bad. My postpartum was really bad. It was awful. I mean, it was absolutely awful. So my number one tip with being a mother is, make sure you have a lot of patience, because it takes a lot of patience in order to deal with one child, with 2 children or more. Patience is the number one thing I would say you need to have with becoming a mother. All right, next question. Someone says, not a question, just a thought. You should do a Q&A with my husband. If you guys will DM me or comment down below what questions we should do a Q&A with, I will be more than happy to do a Q&A with my husband. I even told him about this, and he said that he would not mind doing a Q&A with me. We have to figure out kind of what questions we kind of want to do. I'll even probably put it on my Insta stories on what questions y'all guys want to ask for me and my husband to answer together, maybe. But all right, next question says, do you want more kids? Not at this moment, but maybe in the near future, want more kids. Right now, 4 is enough for me and my husband. Maybe we have goals set for ourselves, like long-term goals for ourselves. We want to buy a house before we think about any more kids. Because right now, I'm not ashamed, but we do live in a trailer park. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath trailer that we live in. It's not very comfortable for 4 kids and 2 adults to be living in. Actually, 3 adults, counting my brother living with me. It's not very comfortable for us to be living in a small trailer like this. It's kind of not ideal, but we're working on buying a house when we get our income taxes. So, yeah. But I will do more than happy to do a Q&A with my husband. And wanting more kids in the future. You know, you never know what the future's going to hold. And And I didn't get my tubes tied after I had my son. So I have an IUD called the Mirena. And I've had a lot of negative people say a lot of negative things about the Mirena. But I've had it in for 10 months. And everything's been fine. And I absolutely love it. So, but let's go on to the next question. What's it like living down south? It's good living down south. I mean, I guess. I don't really know, per se. I am a country bumpkin. I'm a redneck. I don't give 2 craps, honestly, what people think about me. I did take it to heart with some of the negative comments, but I have learned now that I have to either not read my comments or disable my comments. That way there's no issues. But I have learned now that if I ever get any negative comments, just to block the person and delete the comment. It's not that hard to do for me. So that's what I've started doing. And then I got a thumbs up from Polly Math Mom. And then let's see. What is your favorite movie? My favorite movie is Rent. It's a musical, and it is based kind of off, it's kind of based on like a lesbian, gay, transgender type of movie. It has, lesbians and it has gays in it, and it has a good story behind it, and I love it. And it's called Rent. So if anybody want to go check out that movie, it's really good. It's not that bad of a movie. At what age did you have your first child? 20 years old. Me and my husband met when I was 19. We got engaged at 6 months of dating. We then shortly found out that I was pregnant at 9 months of dating. So we were only engaged for 4 months before I found out I was pregnant. We got married 2 months before my daughter was born. And then, yeah, I turned 21. I think my daughter was, my firstborn was a month and a half, maybe 2 months old when I turned 21. So if that tells you anything, I had her at 20. Got pregnant when I was 20, had her at 20, turned 21 a couple months after she was born. So, yeah. How old am I? I'm 28. I'll be 29 in July. And then, at what age did I get married? 20. I got married at 20. How did you and your hubby meet, and did all your kids come all about? Strangest thing. Y'all are probably going to judge me for this. I met my husband, but I met my husband online on the internet. Yes, I met my husband on the internet. On a little website called MySpace. And there's probably a lot of millennials that are familiar with MySpace. We actually met on there. Talked on there for a couple of days, and then he added me to Facebook, and we talked on there every single day until we met. We met January 24th, 2011, which is the same exact day we got together, and we've been together ever since. So, yep, we met on an internet website called MySpace. It's not a thing anymore, but it used to be a high thing when I was a teenager, but it is what it is at the same time. But anyway, next question. How did you and Justin meet? Me and Justin met because I've known him for a while, because I've known him when he worked at the Dollar General here in town, but he recently moved, and I had been watching Trailer Trash Tammy's videos, aka Chelsea. I had been watching her videos for about a year or so now. Maybe it's been longer than that. And when I seen her with Justin in one of the videos, I was like, wait a minute. Because I hadn't seen Justin in a long time. I think the last time I seen him was 2017 or 18, something like that. And then I seen him in a video, and I was like, wait a minute. I know him from somewhere. And then I looked him up on Facebook, and I was like, yep, I know him. He works at Dollar General. I see him all the time. And we talk every now and then. We've, kind of been friends because we went to school together too. And I just never noticed it. Well, I went into Dollar General where he's working at now and hugged him and told him that his videos have always made me a better person and always, helped, because it made me laugh, and especially when I was down in the dumps, it helped a lot. So we talked from the day that I walked in that store, since that point, we talked every single day. Every single day. Then when Frank took sick, he started doing videos with Bo. Then when Bo decided he wanted to pay more attention to his business that he's got doing, and then his girlfriend, I said, you know what, I would have done the same thing. He asked me to do videos with him. So we started hanging out and everything like that. He helped me do my first video, because I had talked to him previously about me doing a YouTube channel. But he's like, you can do this. Even though you've got that anxiety, he said, I'm going to get you out of your shell. I was like, okay. I was very shy. I never wanted to film myself and never wanted to do any of that because I didn't want any judgment. But he did his first mukbang with me. I was so nervous and I didn't know what to say, and I said a bunch of stupid crap that came out of my mouth, but I got used to it, and now that I'm used to it, I'm fine now. I can do a video and not be so ashamed of myself. Now, a lot of people do make fun of the way that I look at him in my videos, but that's his channel. I'm not going to take over his channel and be looking all pretty and nice and whatnot. Y'all have to understand, I have 4 kids. It's hard to have 4 kids and wake up early to do these videos. Because we wake up super early to do these videos on his days off, so that we could spend the rest of the time together. But yeah, that's how me and Justin met. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say, oh, we've been friends for a long ass time. No, we were only friends for a short amount of time before he started putting me in his videos. And I'm not ashamed by that. Me and him have gotten so close now that I don't regret it at all. Justin is my best friend, and he will remain my best friend, and I will remain on his channel as long as he wants me there. I mean, I've tried to quit on him a couple of times because I know a lot of his fans don't like me. But you know what? You watch him, you watch me. You want to watch him, you get me. Until he decides to tell me that he doesn't want me on his channel anymore, then I'm going to be there regardless. So, you might as well get over that. Okay. I kind of ranted there for a minute. I shouldn't have done that. But anyway. Next question. Not a lot of people ask, how are you emotionally and mentally? I am fine emotionally and mentally right now. I have my good days and my bad days. It kind of comes with, the disability that I have. I have ADHD, I have anxiety, bipolar disorder, and I have depression. It comes every day. Every day's a different day. No day is the same. Today, I've had 2 hours of sleep. I am tired as hell, but I'm having a good day. Today has been a very, very good day. So yeah, for right now, emotionally and mentally, today, I'm doing good. I'm doing very good. How do you know Justin, family and friend? I just explained that. So, we're not going to go back into that. He's a friend, but family to me. To everybody else, he's a friend. To me, he's my family. He's my brother, regardless. Or, he's my sister. Or she's my sister. I just said that totally wrong. Anyway, Justin, if you're watching this, I love you. I'm confused there for a second. I'm kind of not in my head today. Anyway, how did you meet Justin? Another question I'm not going to go into because I've already explained it. So, another question. General, how are you? I know what it's like to be a mom of kids all 5 and under. I am good. I am beat to a ground right now because I'm tired and I'm still having to go off of 2 hours of sleep, but I'm good. Thanks for asking. It's hard to be a mom of kids, 5 and under. I only have one child that's over the age of 5 and she's 7. The other 3 are under the age of 4, or no, under the age of 5. I have a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 1-year-old. So, one that's almost reached to 5. He's got another year yet because he just turned 4. But, yeah, it's still hard, regardless. It's still hard. Yeah. Next question. When you were younger, how many kids did you picture your older self having? I pictured myself having about 4 or more. I wanted exactly 4 kids. I wanted 2 boys and 2 girls. And now that I've got my 2 boys and 2 girls, I'm content with them. Next question. Are you married? Yes, I am married. I've been married for almost 8 years. Been with him almost 9 years. Smiley face. Do you ever want to go to college? No, I do not. I mean, I did at one point, but I didn't even graduate high school. I dropped out of high school my 12th grade year. In the middle of my 12th grade year, I dropped out. So I didn't graduate high school. So I can't go to college until I get a GED. And I can't get a GED because I have 4 kids and no babysitter. So it's kind of hard. But if I could go to college, I would. I would go and be a photographer because that was my dream job, is a photographer. And that was actually one of the questions was, what was my dream job? Photographer. So that answers that question. I'm trying to think of a question. Okay. Who is the Church of Deborah? I hear you mention them on YouTube all the time. Or I hear you mention them on YouTube. Missed that question up. Church of Deborah is a lady. If you look her up on YouTube, it comes up a bunch of little parody videos that she's done of me and Justin, and of Justin and Bo, and Justin and Frank. She just does these funny little clips. Sometimes it's kind of like annoying, but then again, it is absolutely hilarious. Now, the last video that she made of me and Justin, I think, was the crystal... No, it wasn't the crystal video. It was the sweet tea video. And she put a picture of a gun in there. I did not find that amusing because I don't even like guns. So that was kind of... don't know. But the other ones were actually pretty funny and hilarious. What is your biggest regret? I don't really have any regrets. I live on the wild side. I always make, sudden decisions sometimes. But it is what it is. I don't have any regrets. What is your least favorite chore? My least favorite chore is laundry because it takes forever to do, because I have my husband's clothes, I have my clothes, and then I have 4 different children's clothes. 2 which I have to wash in special laundry detergent, baby laundry detergent, because their skin is very sensitive to laundry detergent. The other 2 get washed in the laundry detergent that I use. So it is very hard and very chaotic having to wash and put up clothes all day long, every day, and it takes forever to do. So that would be my least favorite chore. What are your 3 favorite junk foods? Everything. Everything that you can imagine is junk food. I'm sorry. I love junk food. Junk food's so awesome. That's probably why I've gained a lot of weight. But who gives a crap? If you could own a fast food restaurant, which one would it be and why? I don't really know the answer to that question. I've never thought of owning a fast food restaurant. I'll have to actually think about that one and do that question in another video, because that requires to think a lot, and I don't think I can think that much right now. Another question. What are favorite candle scents? What are my favorite candle scents? I think my most favorite, it would be apple cinnamon, and then anything with vanilla in it or orange, and mostly the seasonal stuff, really, because Glade has one that is cozy cider, and it only comes out near Thanksgiving, and it keep on selling during Christmas. I absolutely love that one. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? I would want to travel to New York, I think, and see Niagara Falls. And why it's because of Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is the most beautiful waterfall ever, and I've always wanted to travel to New York and see, Niagara Falls, and see what everybody's talking about on those little talk show hosts and stuff that are in New York. That'd be kind of good thing to do. Another question. I remember you saying you and your husband split before. Can we ask, why did you split? Oh, man. Long story on that one. That would be a question for another video, but I will explain the short version. The short version of that is we split because we were fighting all the time, and I found an interest in another guy that kept calling me beautiful, and us girls get suckered into that, and I did. I got suckered into a guy calling me beautiful, and that I didn't need to be living in the situation that I was living in with a 2-year-old child, and I let it get to me, and he told me he didn't want to be with me anymore. So we separated for 6 months, and I went about my thing, he went about his thing, and we never stopped being good parents to our child. I still lived at the house, but he slept in the bed and I slept on the couch. Then when he had a woman interest in him that worked with him, I kind of got upset and psychotic, and I was like, you know what, I can't picture my life without this man. This man's a good man. And I started doing a book called The Love Dare off of a movie called Fireproof. And if anybody knows this movie Fireproof and knows what The Love Dare is, knows that this book doesn't take lightly. It's a 40-day journey that you have to go through, and you have to commit. And if you don't commit, it doesn't work. I did not commit at first, but I did started committing, about day 10. And I started committing, because I'm like, this is not going to work unless I'm 100% committed to this. It worked. Within 40 days, me and my husband were back together, and we were living happy. And we've been happy ever since. So, yeah. Can you please do a video showing how you made chicken and dumplings and chicken stew? Love your cooking videos. Yes, I can. Now, the chicken and dumplings is a long process. So it would be a kind of tell you how to make it. And if you can't figure it out by me telling you, then yes, I would do a video. It'd just be a really long one. But the chicken stew is very simple. So yes, I would do a video on that here pretty soon. And the last question was, would be your dream job? And I've just answered that. It would be a photographer. Because I've always liked taking pictures of myself and of other people, of the kids. And I'm thinking if I had a good camera, I think I would be good at it. But yeah, those are the questions that I got that were on Instagram. If you have any more questions for me or want to know anything else, let me know. And me and my husband are going to do a Q&A. I just need to know some questions you would want me to do in a Q&A with him. And we can't even talk. We also may do a story time on Why We Split, the full raw version of Why We Split. That was just a small version. But we'll do a complete, raw story on what happened and what took place within those 6 months, and kind of give you juicy details. And there will be no judgment on that, because what's done is done. What happened in the past is in the past. We love each other now. We support each other in everything we do. And, that's just how things work. I mean, marriage is hard. And when you get young, when you get married very young like we did, and have kids very young like we did, it's hard. It makes it 10 times harder on you, because you didn't get to go out and explore with all those people you could have explored with. And, before me and him met, I literally had sex with like 2 or 3 people. And then when I met him, I knew that I would spend the rest of my life with him. We split for 6 months, and I was mad and angry to the fact that I had lost the one person that I couldn't get back, or at least I thought I couldn't get back. And I acted like a fool and did some things I wasn't proud of. And now that road is all behind me now. I am who I am today because my husband has made me had to learn the hard way. And, I love the person that I've become now. But yeah, this is me. This is what you get. And my husband loves me for me now, and we love our 4 kids, and we are all not the happiest couple, all the time, but I know that that's the man that I want to be with the rest of my life, and that's the one I want to be with when I grow old and, need him to change my diapers one day, or need the kids to help us do that. If something ever happened to him, I don't know how I would live. I don't even know how I would breathe. My husband is my main supporter, and that's all the support that I need is my husband 100% backing me up on this. But all right, guys, well, I have a t-shirt idea. I put a picture of it on my Instagram. I did it on custom ink because I could not get on Teespring to figure out how to work it. Me and Justin has not sat down and helped me with that. But my t-shirt idea is going to be, multicolors. I'm going to have, you can put it in different colors or choose whatever color you want. And it's going to have on the, like, this one has, that one has my kid's school on it, so I'm not going to show that. But anyway, where that logo was just now, I just forgot that that was my kid's school's logo. Anyway, where this logo is, where my hand is, it's going to have little darlings, and it's going to, alright, put it this way, right here. There we go. I don't like Longhorns. I hate Longhorns, but anyway. It's going to have a little cowboy hat right here, and it says little darlings on this side. And then on the back, it's going to have a picture of a cowboy boot and a hat. And it's going to say, born and raised in the country. So if y'all would like to see that on a shirt, little darlings with a cowboy hat. And then boots and cowboy hat on the back, blowed up pretty big. And then at the bottom of that picture, it's going to say, born and raised in the country. If y'all would like to see that on a shirt, let me know in the comments down below. My socials are going to be in the description box. Go ahead and shoot me an ad and a follow. And I hope you really liked this video with these questions. And I hope that summed it up on, y'all got to know me a little bit better with things. And if you have any more questions at all, no matter what it is, let me know. And I'll do my best to do a video and answer them. Or I'll answer them on Instagram. But alright, guys. I hope you have a wonderful evening and have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.
Given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear